So, One Piece chapter 1116, titled Conflict, just released today, and I have a lot of thoughts. So, usually I'd post a reaction to this, but this unless Oda comes in later and changes how we look at it. We see Igaram, we see Karu, we see the nigga who didn't die, the Falcon and the Jackal, at Cobra's funeral, and he's smiling Will of D type shit. Vegapunk talks about how he created an energy source, the Mother Flame, and how it can create a life of abundance for the people in the One Piece world. However, a small amount was stolen. So, during the mid 1080s or the beginning of the 1090s, the last couple for One Piece, we learned that Gorosei and Imu used the Mother Flame to power the weapon they used to destroy Lucia. We thought what Vegapunk showed us, what we saw the 2000 ago was the Mother Flame. Vegapunk gave to the government, but I feel like Vegapunk never gave it to them. It's like Vegapunk developed the Mother Flame purely on his own thing. Like, this is something he was doing on his own. The government wasn't supposed to know. The only thing he was doing for the government was the Seraphim and the PX3s. But it was stolen. And if you read the chapter, you know York is the one who stole it and sent it to Vegapunk. And questions start because like we all assumed, the community assumed that Vegapunk, the government was paying Vegapunk to develop the Mother Flame, but he wasn't. It seemed like he wasn't paid to do this. This was something he was doing just for the good of the world, but it was stolen and it was power ancient. The main theory is inspiring Uranus, but it was just a fragment. So Vegapunk clearly stated at the beginning of the arc when we first met the stellar body, he doesn't know what powers the ancient robots. It's something. The Mother Flame is like a weak version of what powers the ancient robots. But a small fragment was stolen and it was power an ancient weapon. Personally, I don't believe. Like, if it's Uranus, it makes sense. But to me, I personally don't believe this small fragment is enough to power an ancient weapon. I don't think they have the ancient weapon Uranus. I think they have a different one. And in your Sive's video, he talks about how in the One Piece game there's a fourth ancient weapon. It's not really an ancient weapon, but like one of rivals in ancient weapons. But I'll put a note on this and we can come back to this at a later time. The Marines are talking about how Cypher put agents in the middle of the island and the Seraphim, how they're gonna get them. Later in the chapter we see that Saint Shepherd Jupiter sucks them up. We don't know what he's going to do with them. When I first read the chapter, my first reaction was, oh, he's eating them. Edison says he can't make more clouds after Gandhi, Venus Nostromo cut down half of Egghead, and he can't make more clouds. However, the main point here is Stussy and Kaku. So, Stussy asks Edison, who's basically working as Vegapunk, if she can release Kaku from his bubble. And Edison sympathizes. Edison's like, yeah, just do it. It makes sense, you are put between working for us, the Vegapunks, and working with your friends in the government, so if you let him go, I understand. Kaku seems like, okay, he's sympathizing for her. So my theory is Kaku and Stussy will leave together. Most people think Kaku will go and find Lucci and leave with Lucci. I think Kaku, and my main theory is Kaku and Stussy will leave together and form their own different. They'll do their own thing. They won't be part of the main story for a long time. We'll see them again maybe later in the final saga, or just like in a cover story, or like at the One Piece epilogue. Kaku and Stussy together. Lucci can fit in, but Lucci seems very, very, very loyal to the government. Like, he's very loyal to the government. So this is a good, because Stussy has shown that she has some humanity, so it's a good way to close out her story and Kaku's story. Lucci still has a story to tell. I don't know what it is, but I know Lucci still has some story to tell. Kaku and Stussy are done. We see Vegapunk talking about how the fragment of the Mother Flame was stolen and it was used to destroy Lucia. We see Mocha, or the girl from Lucia who joined the Rev, talking about it. We saw like the vice commander of the Rev listen to Vegapunk's message about how Lucia mysteriously disappeared, and that's where he got his readings for the earthquakes he mentioned earlier. We see the vice admiral in the Ace cover story. So in the Ace cover story, Ace met some vice admirals who he got milk from Lucia from the girl Moga, I forgot her name, and then he took it to, he told the vice admirals, go to this island to get good milk, and then Lucia and they got good milk for their coffees. So we see how crime, we see him and his reaction to an ancient weapon did what. So ancient weapons are still very, very iffy. We see the King Punch guy, what's his name? What's this nigga's name? I forgot his name. The king, hopefully I can put it up in post. You can see he's the king who, like, he can punch, and he says he can rival a Yonko, which is cap, it's scoop. but he wants to know what he wants to confirm whether Lucia was not. So he sent his weird Eggman, Dr. Eggman looking guy, to go check on this. Vegapunk apologizes for his involvement in creating the Vulnerable Flame and being an accessory to the murder of the people of Lucia. People of Baltimore, where he's from, say no, it's not your fault. We go to Wano, Momonosuke. Now, Momonosuke and Yamato are very interesting characters. They know what happened. They know the side of of Roger, what's it called? Rayleigh Oden, what they saw at Laugh Tale. So Yamato and Momo know this. He was saying Pluton is, and then Kinemon shushed him. And then the next panel is Crocodile. So this is why Yamato comes in. So Blackbeard is clearly listening to this reading. Blackbeard is clearly listening to what's being said here. So my theory is we don't see what's happening behind Crocodile. Crocodile is blacked out. So Crocodile is in crossover with Buggy. Buggy knows that it's a road poneglyph in Wano. He's seen it. And he wants to become king of the pirates. So the Crossgate could be going to Wano to get that road poneglyph. Blackbeard could also be going to Wano because he's with Caribou, who was with Catherine Devon and the teleport nigga Van Auger a few chapters ago. In the mid 110 chapters, he was with that, and then a bit more in actual story with Crossglaive versus Blackbeard Pirates. That's how it's going to go. We're going to see Mihawk do something properly. We're going to see Mihawk stock. Mihawk might clear Swordsman on Blackbeard's crew. We see Shirahoshi now. The world government in Imu, if they do have Uranus with the fragments of Mother Flame, they have that. Either Cross Guild or Blackbeard Pirates gets Pluton. Shirahoshi has to go to Luffy. Luffy has to get one ancient weapon, as well as we have to go back to in the 600s. The premonition that Luffy's going to Fishman Island could be something like he gets hold of her, and Shirahoshi is with Luffy's side. So we go back to Vegapunk's message where he says there were once 3 great ancient weapons. Now Crocodile only knew of one, because Red Alabaster. Crocodile only knew about the Pluton. He didn't know about Uranus or Neptune. But now he has an idea that there are 3. Vegapunk's mission continues that Joyba, he wanted the weapons to be passed down, but Vegapunk questions why he'd want the weapons to be passed down if they caused already 200 meters of sea level rise. However, he says, but the day of answers is coming. Consider the warning when the time comes, everyone will fear the notion of a sunken world. We see Sengoku, and then we see Akainu. So, these are two, the former Fleet Admiral and the current Fleet Admiral. Aokiji was shown a few chapters ago. Aokiji did not react to. He just did the dragon dots. All these dot characters. Even we'll see later. Crocus dots. They little go strong. However, Sengoku is stressing. Sengoku is really, really stressing about this being something out. Even Osuru seems to be more chill. She doesn't really know what's going on. Sengoku is stressing like Vegapunk to not be saying this, and Akainu says, and I quote, everything. You're going to explain everything? Vegapunk, he's questioning why Vegapunk is going to really explain everything. Like, he's surprised, like, you're going to explain everything. So, it's more like the Fleet Admirals know about the ancient weapons and some form of the Void Century. They don't know the full, but they know some level of the Void Century lore. So, questions have to be asked, like, okay, they knew about this, so the theory that hearing about this would cause Marines Laugh Tale and become king of the pirates. So maybe Shanks sought that fruit out exactly, and he found it, and the government was getting their hands on it, and then that's how the Who's Who story about how Shanks stole it from Who's Who, and then they got that fruit. Maybe that's why Shanks got it. And then when he saw how Luffy's character was reflecting on Roger's words, he was there like, oh, it's been 20 years, everything, it's been around. Luffy started with like 17, like 6 years ago, main story, so he understood like sooner or later Luffy was gonna be the one. So that's the part. We still have questions on Roger Pirates, Rayleigh, Shanks, and the government, but we go into an answer. So we've been mainly wondering, where is this broadcast coming from? Is it coming from theories are saying Dragon had it? It's inside the ancient Iron Giant, but York says this snail is in the Fabriostratum. The Iron Giant is guarding it. Now this is a TCB translation. I know that other translations, so we'll have to see different things, what they say. We'll wait for the official, but if the Iron Giant is guarding it, it seems to be walking away from the Fabriostratum, but not that from the Fabriostratum. The elders now, so Saturn, Mars, Venus have to go against the giant. Valkyrie is chasing Luffy, so Valkyrie, Nika is a problem for them, and so Valkyrie has to keep Nika and Luffy at bay. Jupiter, we don't know. We really don't know. The government is kind of in question right now. You know, it's a good chapter. The government is in question for most people in the public about the knowledge of this and how they treat the ancient weapons. Because it seems like the government feel like the government has done all this. They bombed the Lucia. They know all about this. So questions will be asked. Now, Vivi, Warpole, and Morgans, they're gonna come and they're gonna see, hopefully, all these people. A story is gonna be published here while the government. Because right now, we saw, from what I see about how Morgan's acting about Vegapunk broadcasting this and killing his print media, the biggest story Morgans could tell is the Gorosei are eldritch monsters who came to kill Vegapunk. That is the biggest story he can tell to outshine Vegapunk. Because now it doesn't make sense. Because in the anime, in the most recent episode, and in the manga, he did not pull with the narrative that the government is going to kill Vegapunk. He already knew that. He went with Luffy has held Vegapunk hostage. However, with Vegapunk's message, he will have to bring a big story because for him it's all entertainment. The story of the government, the Gorosei are monsters who have come to kill Vegapunk. It's a big story. He will have to tell it. This was a big chapter. It wasn't big. It didn't give anything new. It was more like last week, just giving us answers to what we already knew. We already had ideas of what this was. But once again, 1117 is gonna hopefully continue up and give us more questions, asking us to give us a bit more answers to theories we've been having. But another thing I want to add and post is the last time we saw Rayleigh was with Boa and her pirates. That was in the all these different things will be answered, and why Rayleigh seems to be very apprehensive with Baba Vega shared this message. So hopefully 2 weeks time we can get this done. I hope to soon bring the last 2 chapters. I hope to bring out all the theories that come out of the community the last 2 weeks on these 2 chapters. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next chapter.